When they actually came out with the Fuente Opus in 1995, it took the cigar world by storm. We're going to combine this cigar with Dalmore. Now, Dalmore is one of my favorite scotches. It's a Northern Highland scotch. The 12-year, which I regularly drink, very sweet, very nutty. But they also have a Grand Reserva, which is formerly known as the cigar malt. Now, coming from the Highlands, what would you expect? You expect the clarity of a Speyside scotch, but it becomes more refined the further you go north. The Grand Reserva is a combination of single malts from the 10 to the 20-year expression. Typically, you would see the mid-teens being used in the blend, but when you take this cigar and when you take the scotch that comes along with it, what you ultimately get is a combination of power and sweetness and richness. It's a torpedo cut, extremely beautiful. Looking at the toothiness, looking at the veins, you get the Dominican flavors with the chocolate kind of aroma and sweetness that you would normally get from this cigar. The cap is absolutely gorgeous, wonderful. With a red label, gold and white accents, it just looks majestic. Knowing that this is an Opus with the Maduro Wrapper kind of sets you off to thinking. It's one of the rarest cigars that are out there. You can generally only get this cigar right around Father's Day, Christmas, in very rare quantities, much like the Opus for that matter. Slightly tight pre-draw. I see a vein. I mean, the veins are, very salient going down the side here. The construction seems kind of firm and tight. I kind of feel like this might be a very hard draw, but it's a very firm roll. Man, here's the light up. The ring gauge is right at about 52. Body coming in close to 6 inches, more like 5 1/4. From my experience with it, it's a very complex cigar. As you start to progress through the first third, you're going to start getting the richness, you're going to start getting the sweetness. The chocolate is not very well pronounced right now. True to the construction, the draw is getting a lot easier. The richness is starting to set in. Alright, so now we're going to break out the scotch. Again, it is the Dalmore Grand Reserve. As I mentioned before, this is a combination in the high teens between the 10 and the 20-year expression. Northern Highland, excellent scotch. One of my favorites again is the 12 years. This one I think is just upping the ante a little bit more. A lot less of the kick, more clarity, more refinement. With the combinations of the years, this one's just a lot more refined, but nonetheless, it has that telltale deep hue. You don't even need to cut it with water. A lot of times you want to do your tablespoon, you want to break the squid, break that top level of the scotch, let those aromas start to kind of come out. Taking it on the nose, all you get is just extreme sweetness. Feel a little bit of a punch because the body is firm, but it's not an overpowering kind of a scotch. It gets in the medium full, but leaning towards the medium side of the spectrum. This is already a cigar malt. We're combining that now with the cigar smoke, sort of infusing the flavor of both. Always trying to bring the experience as close as it can come. Always truly trying to combine and create a fusion here. So now you have a cigar malt marinating in with the smoke, blowing the top off. Take it down. Even back. Construction, the draw, the taste of the smoke, the aroma of the smoke are incredible. To take the Opus and to present a Connecticut broadleaf wrapper that is aged 5 years and bring it all together, this is an awesome combination in and of itself. The creaminess of the scotch blends very well with the creaminess of the cigar. I can certainly see why they called it the cigar malt. It just insulates your mouth. It's so much sweetness, so much aroma, and so much spice that when you start to take in the smoke from the cigar and combine them, it really becomes a very enjoyable experience. This Scotch contains a full-bodied cigar. It's always best to perform this marriage with a real Scotch glass, something that has a very narrow top, gathers the aroma, allows the body to kind of rise out of the middle of the glass and get trapped at the top. So now you have the Scotch marinating with the smoke. Very, very mild. Don't submerge it. Just enough to get the absolute tip. Combine the flavors into one experience. What better way to do that than to infuse the Scotch and infuse the tobacco? The Scotch in this instance is going to get the highest marks, a 9.3. Comes to the cigar, the Anejo, again, a 9.3. Perfect match. One of the best reviews I've ever done. You take the two, review it for you. This is all done for the love of the leaf, the grape, and the peat. I'm Billy Boulevard, PureRomaduro.com. Ease up.